Welcome back to another episode of Drink Tales, and today we're going to have a bit of a different discussion. We're in the holidays, it's December, last month of the year, and usually around the holiday times, there's more drinking to be had, probably more than usual, unless you're a heavy drinker, and if so,
get help.
Yeah, get help. But with that said and done, with the holidays, like I said before, comes drinking, and with drinking, there's probably gonna be in a festive type mood, and this is gonna sound weird, but you're gonna want your drinks to look good. Now, what am I talking about? Particularly, we're talking about, glassware. Now, I know that sounds kind of random. Glassware? What? But yeah, it's Christmas time. You're probably getting, your house is decorated for Christmas parties or whatever. Although, that party should be restricted to, about 8 people or so, mister? Because COVID's happening. Mm-hmm. But with that said, you're probably gonna have ornate dishes and hors d'oeuvres being served. You don't want to serve your cocktails in Dixie cups. So,
although some of us do that.
Yeah, if it's that type of party, but it's
the red cups.
Yeah, the red Dixie cups. Pro tip: red Dixie cup almost always means there's alcohol inside.
But show some class. Guy.
But if you're having a more dressy affair, you want your drinks to look good too. If you're dressing up, your drinks should be able to dress up too. So we're gonna talk about like glassware and what you want to put out there as opposed to what you probably shouldn't be putting out there. So, how do you want to?
So we scoured our personal dishes as well as borrowed some from some close individuals, and we came up with some things that you guys probably should have around the house for these holiday parties and holiday drinking. I'm gonna start with the obvious. The glass should probably be decorated with holiday themed nonsense.
Yeah,
so,
if you can.
if you can. But as you can see here, you got yourself a wine glass with the celebratory Christmas stuff on there, as well as this glass right here.
Getting into the spirit, so to speak.
I usually drink my eggnog out of this glass. Mm-hmm. But whatever you want is
a nice wine or sherry looks good in this glass.
It's gonna be a lot of wine and or sherry in that glass, but we're not here to judge.
Mm-hmm.
For those that are doing some warm drinks, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a party type situation, but you got these mugs.
Yeah, we found
that
those.
You can use for hot buttered rums and toddies and your hot chocolates and whatnot. This is just a sample. You don't have to get these exact mugs. There are other types of mugs out there that aren't glass.
But on the same spectrum, if you're having a party, you don't want to be drinking hot toddies out of your Garfield mug that says "I hate Mondays." We all know You hate Mondays. I hate Mondays too. You want it to look a little bit, classy.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. What do we have next? This is gonna sound weird, but the glass I have right now, whoever's bartending, they're probably gonna be making like old fashions and stuff like that. So you're gonna want glasses,
rock glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or just sipping straight up, having your whiskeys and your brandy straight. Mm-hmm. You want a fancy looking rocks glass that's gonna set it off. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying go out and buy like hundreds of glasses, because as we said before, we're in COVID times. I know this may date the video, but we're in COVID time, so you probably shouldn't be worried about that. But if you're having a couple of people over, you'll want to have some glasses to set off the moment. And you know, what if you guys don't have wine and eggnog and stuff like that? If you're just doing whiskey straight or old fashions and stuff like that, you have the glass for that. And that goes for you individuals that are going to be doing champagnes and sparkling wines, because there's this thing called New Year's popping up, and you'll want to be prepared for that. I know it'll be tempting to get some plastic ones, but I mean, if you're an adult and you've established your life, or you got the money to spend, you know, you should have some glasses for such occasions.
Yeah.
You know,
and flute glass. These are flute glasses.
Because how's that Royal Cur cocktail gonna set itself off in a plastic flute glass?
Exactly.
I'm gonna dip into the ladies for a minute, because I know they like to do these type of parties, but I'm gonna pull these out. Move these out. They're cramping my style, right? But you got these are for limoncello parties. I know these type of parties happen around the holidays and whatnot, but you know, when you want to do your limoncello parties and whatnot, you can use these type of glasses to put your spirit in and sip up,
as opposed to I don't know, those plastic little cups you get when you buy NyQuil. or those cups that you do Jello shots out of.
Here's another glass for the same type of thing, you know, just in a different style. You know, something fancy and whatnot. A staple drink for, as far as I'm concerned, around the holidays is like a martini or whatever. So you may want to have these type of glasses as well. Well, this isn't a martini glass. What am I talking about? I have a martini glass, but I don't want to reach over there and get it. But you guys know what a martini glass is. This is for your cocktails, like your help me out here.
I just drink.
You don't know. That's a problem. People are already looking at you like fraud. This is for your daiquiris, and the like. You can also sip some spirits straight with this as well. But like when you want to do your fancier cocktails that don't require ice and don't have a lot of spirits in them, or ingredients as it were, this is what you're gonna want to go to. And I know these pop up a lot during the holidays. So, you know, I kind of consider... Ooh. You stay right there. I kind of consider these an all-year type of glass, but, you know, it's specifically for the holidays, you'll want to have something like this around. Especially if you're doing these fancy parties and you're gonna have a bartender that's gonna be doing drinks and the whatnot, or if you're bartending yourself, you want to show off your wares.
Right.
You know, just this is what we have as a sample.
Yeah. And basically, you want to go about it so that you know, we joke about, you know, your cocktail and your drinks looking good and stuff like that, but you want to go about it in a way that if you're going to have, you know, I know this is COVID times, but let's pretend it isn't COVID times, or post-COVID.
There's a vaccine. I'm just saying.
If you're going to have a classy Christmas party, or even just a nice Christmas party, you want to think about, while you're thinking about all those other details, you know, you got to think about what your drinks are going to be served in as well. That's a detail that you're going to want to think about as well. And hopefully this video will at the very least be a reminder.
Because that's something that you can forget about. Because I know for me specifically, when there's a party, one of the biggest things, the most primary thing that you're thinking about is the food. Mm-hmm. What are you gonna make? How's that gonna be presented? How much are you gonna make? But the drink selection is just as important to me, because of the fact that it's a reflection of how you carry yourself when you're throwing a party. Right. Because if you care enough to take something into detail, like what type of glasses you put out for what type of beverage you're serving, then it shows that it's reflective of everything else that you do at this party, like the type of food that you serve, the quality of food, whether you clean your house on a daily basis or not. Like, I know that may sound silly, but these are things that you have to think about when you're planning parties. You can't just put a bunch of stuff on the table and hope it comes together.
Hope a party happens. And with that said, like, if you if you're serving, if you already know what type of drinks you want to serve, or if you're having trouble and you want to, and you're genuinely interested about what type of glasses to serve with the drinks that you want to serve, you can look up online.
The internet has countless resources for that type of thing.
For what types of glasses and what things go into what. We'll even probably try to put a couple down below to get you guys started.
Something else, one more thing that I want to mention. For the people that are doing like mulled wines and punches and everything like that, consider a decent punch bowl.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's tempting to get like plastic ones because they will be cheap and everything like that. But once again, if you're gonna,
looks and aesthetics matter.
Exactly. And if you're gonna go through the trouble to get the glasses to match the type of drink that you're doing, then at least you'll wanna put that same pride in the I guess the vessel that you carry that liquid in.
Exactly.
A punch bowl, a good looking punch bowl can set off a centerpiece for a party. I want to say this as well too, for people that are going to be doing straight alcohol. Get yourself a decent decanter. That type of thing matters. Granted, it's something that you would most likely be seeing for yourself for most of the time, but if you have a few people over for a get-together and you guys are doing nothing but straight liquor, how you present that liquor before it gets to your glass, it matters.
One last thing that I want to mention. Even though this video is coming out in December, and I mentioned that this is a holiday type thing, and I mentioned that this video is for the holidays, this goes all year round.
Yeah.
This goes for summer, spring, fall, winter as well. Any type of holiday. You want the presentation of your cocktails, liquor, things like that. You want it to match the type of environment and the type of party that you're throwing. And let's be real, we joked about the red Solo cups, but if that's the party that you're throwing, you need to make sure you got those red Solo cups on point.
Exactly.
Don't get blue. Ain't nobody drinking alcohol out of a damn blue Solo cup. Red, always red. Don't forget that. Always red, especially if it's like a pool party get together or a beach or if y'all just hanging on the porch. That barbecue we talked about back in the summertime, you need those red Solo cups. Those are the occasions for that.
Exactly. Because when I'm serving a punch, I'm not trying to serve it in none of this. Especially around summertime. But I travel during the summer, so what do I know? I didn't travel this year though. We know. You guys know why.
COVID claimed all of them. But that'll do it for this episode of Drink Tales. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you're notified of all content that comes to the channel. Also, check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. And what have we been saying for the past 2 months?
You got a liquor, spirit, liqueur, wine, beer, whatever. Something that's underappreciated, maybe not known to many people. If you guys want us to review it, let us know what it is in our DMs and the whatnot. If it's something that we can't get that easily, maybe send it to us.
And we'll give you the address to send it to and everything like that. Also, we were drinking Harvey's.
In case you cared.
In case you cared. In case you wanted to know what we were drinking, we were sipping Harvey's. Within the month, you're gonna see more of Harvey's. Harvey's not going anywhere for the month of December. He's gonna be sticking around. So I just want you guys to know that.
I got something for Harvey.
Until next time, everybody. Peace.